Hi everyone! So someone in my Creative Happy Life Club asked me, how do you set your line art as a reference layer when you're doing colouring in Procreate? So I thought I would show you one of my pictures. A lot of colourists tend to put their work on Etsy as digital downloads, so if you're working with those, this is really useful to know how to import these into Procreate and then how to colour with them. So I'm just going to select photo and grab this month's page for my Creative Happy Life Club members. So I just resize that. Now, if you go up into the top right and click on your layers panel, you will see that you've got layer 1, and if you tap this again, you can mark it as a reference. Now, what this means is that any solid lines on here will be used as a guide for when we start filling in colours. So if I add a new layer, so we've got layer 2 here, and if I tap on this yellow colour and just, if I just drag it over onto the canvas, it should fill. So there we go. It's obviously where we're working with pixels. If there are some gaps, which there are just here, that colour then overflows until it finds the next solid set of lines. So this is using a JPEG image which has got white on the background as well. So I actually find, even though this works, it's actually a lot better to work with a PNG image which has got a transparent background, which is actually why I provide all of my colouring pages with PNG versions as well. So I'm going to show you this exact same method again, but using a PNG image. So if I just turn these layers off, and I will go to here, add, insert a photo, and this one is the PNG version. And you can tell it's a PNG because if I turn off the background colour, it's completely transparent and all we've got is the solid black lines. So these are actually a little bit easier, in my opinion, to work with. So I can do the same again. I'll turn on the background layer again just so I can see what I'm doing. But you select the image, select reference. I'm going to delete these ones and then pop a new layer in. So if I do that again, if I just drag this colour over, it then fills in the space. Now, how you colour digitally is entirely up to you. I personally prefer to put my working layers, and when I say working layers, I mean anything that I'm adding colour to, or blends or backgrounds, I prefer to put them underneath my line art so you can still see the line art and the guides on top where I'm colouring. And then I tend to, every single colour that I add in, any new colours, I just pop on a separate layer. So there we go. That's how to use your colouring pages within Procreate. Now, of course, you don't have to just drag and fill the colours. You can use anything. So let's just grab something random. And you can still, colour freely over the top and just ignore those lines altogether. So you still have that intuitive kind of feeling of pen to paper, I guess, but it's just replicated in a digital environment. So the benefit of having this as a reference layer is just that it's really good for, well, I find it really good for just mapping out where I'm going to put particular colours. So I tend to put down a base layer of colour, just flat colour, before kind of delving into the nitty-gritty details, because I think once I've mapped out roughly where colours are going and I can see if they work with one another, then I can dedicate more time to finessing that and adding blends and adding in details. So it just makes it a lot quicker to get to that stage. So hopefully that helped, but if you have any questions, then please feel free to ask me.